Hey, my puppy people, it's Cindy, and today I want to talk about food. Yay, one of my favorite subjects. But today we're talking about dog food. And this is a question I get all the time. What should I feed my dog? How much should I feed my dog? What should I look for in a dog food? And I know it's super confusing out there. I mean, you go to any pet store, feed store, and there's rows and rows and rows of so many different types of food, and you talk to every trainer, every vet, every person at PetSmart, and you're going to get a different answer as to what the best thing you should feed your dog. And so what I want to do today is I want to empower you to make that decision for yourself. Yeah, I want to give you the tools so you're not relying on somebody else's opinion. So let's get into it. So one of the easiest types of food to feed is your dry kibble. It's easy, it comes in a bag, it's easy to pour, it's easy to store, and there's lots of different varieties out there. So let's talk about dry food today. Raw food, home cooked food, those are all great options, but let's keep it as simple as we can. So today we're just talking about the raw or the kibble, and Rudy's very excited to help out. Okay, so what you want to do is not look at the front. Don't look at the pretty picture and the pretty packaging and all of that draws our attention to it. No, what you want to do is you want to flip it over, and this stuff, this is what's important. So you want to read the ingredients, and sometimes it's hidden. So look for those ingredients, flip it over. Okay, here we are. And the first three ingredients are the most important. Now we're looking at the meal, we're looking at the food, but everything that I'm going to tell you about for the food also applies to your treats. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so the first three ingredients, the most important, because percentage wise, that's what's in there the most. Okay, so our first, the first ingredient here is chicken meal. Now, meal is fine. Meal just means that the fat, the water has been taken out. So molecularly, other stuff can be put in. So meal is fine, but it's really important that it says chicken, not just poultry, not just fish. You want it to specify salmon, trout. You want it to be as specific as possible. Okay, so it's chicken meal. And then the next is browned rice. Now, you do want some carbs in there. So the whole grain-free thing is a little bit of a misnomer. And please talk to your vet about this. There are some dogs that are good with the grain-free, but most dogs, they need some carbs in their diet. They do need something in there. And in fact, what they have found with the grain-free is oftentimes that it led to some heart issues with dogs. So talk to your vet about this, but don't go by the marketing that grain-free is necessarily carte blanche, the best for every dog out there. Okay, so good carbs would be your brown rice, your oat groats, your barley, those types of things. And as we read on here, the next, oh my God, I always try and see if I can do it without my glasses, but then I always have to go back and get my glasses on. It's a little game I play with myself. So, so we've got chicken meal, we've got brown rice, oat groats, chicken fat, preservative with mixed tocopherols. Say that 10 times fast, and that's just your vitamin E. Egg, more barley, beet pulp, flaxseed meal, which is flaxseed is really good. You should be taking flaxseed too. Well, hello there. I know, I'll get you some. And then it goes into your vitamin E's. It goes into more vitamins. There's a big paw in the way, and probiotics, etc. It goes on. So find your ingredients and read the ingredients. What are deal breakers? Deal breakers are corn, wheat, soy, and corn, wheat, and soy, and also byproducts. So if you see something, a label that has byproduct in it, that's a total deal breaker. A byproduct is basically anything that's left on the rendering room floor. It can be tumors, beaks, claws, anything. So that goes back. So corn, wheat, and soy are fillers that are very cheap for them to plump it up with. And a lot of times those grains are difficult for dogs to digest. So that's why we want to steer clear of those. So corn, wheat, soy, byproducts, total deal breakers. The other thing that's a deal breaker is additives. So a lot of times you will see like red dye number 5 or, dye number whatever. So those artificial dyes, those artificial colorings, put them back. Any preservatives, anything like that, artificial, put it back. So read your ingredients. And like I said, not just for the food, but for your treats. Really, really be aware of that. And then the other thing that we want to look for on here is how much to feed them. So I get this question a lot. How much should I be feeding my dog? Well, it depends on what you're feeding them. And of course, it depends on your dog, the life stage of your dog, the activity of your dog, the health of your dog. There's lots and lots of different variables. But basically, you will see the feeding chart here. So it depends on the food that you're feeding. So what you would do is you would look down like, a 20-pound dog. If it's a puppy less than 6 months, they should be getting 1.5 cups to 2.5 cups a day. A puppy that's more than 6 months, they should be getting 1 3/4 cups to 2 1/3 cup. An adult, they should be getting 1 cup to 1.5 cups. So read this little chart to see how much you should be getting a day, or how much you should be giving them a day, how much they should be getting a day. And read your ingredients and read the food chart. Now, the other thing you want to keep in mind, just to complicate matters even more, is remember food that has been in a store, it's traveled. So it may, by the time you purchase it, it may have been made 6 months, a year before. And that's something that happens with the grains as well, the corn, wheat, and the soy, especially the corn. A lot of them are GMO, so they are very susceptible to mold growth and different things that happen because they've been sitting on the shelf for so long. Now, you'll notice that I use Life's Abundance. This is the food that I recommend. This is the food that I feed them. That's why he's like, hey, that's my food. It's dinner time. These are the treats that I use. And one reason that I really like this company is, one, they're employee owned. So I know they're not going to sell out to the big guys and then all the ingredients change and the quality changes. But also they don't keep it in stores. So they ship it directly to you. So either you buy it online and they ship it to you, or what I do, I'm lucky enough that we live here in Brea and they have a warehouse right here. So I buy it online and then I just go to the warehouse and pick it up. But the reason that they do that is they want to make sure that you get it fresh. So you get it within weeks of being made. So that's one reason, actually 2 reasons, that I use the Life's Abundance. And I will leave a link to it down below if you want more information about that company. There's a lot of great companies out there. There's a lot of great food out there. I just want to educate you as to finding the right food for you and your pet, and not going by what everybody and their mother says, because not everybody and their mother is right. Or what's right for them may not be right for you. And also, again, like I mentioned before, is these companies are getting bought out. So just because the food was good with the original company, once the big guys buy them out, doesn't necessarily mean that it's the same quality. So be aware of what you're buying. Read those labels, read those labels, read those labels, read those labels, and make the decisions for yourself, because that's what it's all about. So hope you learned something. Thanks for hanging out with me. Till next time, go play with your dog. Go feed your dog. I gotta feed my dog. So he's all the food. He's all over now. Next time.